Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of the Perception Diet, and today I want to talk to you about the true meaning of listening to your body. Okay, so this is a huge subject and a huge topic that's gained a lot of really notoriety in the self-help spiritual communities over the last couple of years, and this idea of tuning into your body and listening to your body, it's become very popular and very widespread. However, it's also very vague, and most people are talking about it, but they're not really giving tools for how to actually do it, or what it actually looks like, or what it actually means. So we might hear a lot of people out there saying things like, I changed my diet because I was listening to my body, or I'm listening to my body and it's telling me that I don't like this person, or I'm listening to my body and it's telling me I don't want to do this thing, or we hear even just I don't know how to listen to my body. How do I know when I'm listening to my body and when I'm listening to my mind? How do I know when my body is speaking and when my mind is saying something? What's the difference? And how can I even know that I can trust my body? What if my body is telling me something that's totally not what I want, and what if it's totally going to derail me? And I feel in this movement of learning to trust our bodies, we've sort of lost track and lost touch with the roots of this whole idea of listening to our body. Okay, so yes, I'm going to say that I truly believe, because I've experienced it, that when you get really good at listening to your body, you will know exactly what you need to eat to be healthy, and you won't need a nutritionist or a whole bunch of gurus on the internet telling you how to eat, or you won't need a whole bunch of help. Maybe people can give you little tweaks and little things to try or whatever. But if you're truly listening to your body and you're really good at listening to your body, you will know what to eat. You will know how to exercise. You will know how to sleep. You will, and I truly believe that you will be okay, I can tune in with my body, and I don't want to take that job. I can tune in with my body, and I don't want to be in that relationship. Or I can tune in with my body, and this is totally the thing for me. I'm definitely going to do it. That's all possible, and that all is real. However, how we get to that place, I feel this is the number one tool that's going to get you there. Okay, so for everyone out there who's thinking I really want to learn to trust my body, I really want to learn to listen to my body, I really want to learn how to be intuitive with my body, but I have no idea where to start because right now I feel completely disconnected from my body, and when I ask my body what it wants, I'm pretty sure it's saying cupcakes, but I don't know if that's really right. This is for you, okay? So, learning to trust your body, learning to listen to your body. The first thing you need to understand is that your body is sending you messages all day long, every single day for your whole life, all right? Your body has not gone silent. So if you feel right now you're I have no idea what my body's saying, I don't think my body even speaks to me, that is not true. We've just lost our understanding of how the body speaks and what its language is and how we can communicate with it, all right? So I want to let you know that growing up, I was very intimately connected with my body. Okay, so I had a lot of body symptoms, right? A lot of stomach issues. I had a lot of just pain in general. My body was just very, very sensitive. And then as I hit puberty, I became very sensitive with my weight. My weight was constantly fluctuating up and down, and I was just super sensitive. And my body was constantly reacting and responding to my environment. And I interpreted all of these things that my body was doing as my body being against me. My body was trying to screw me over. My body was trying to make my life terrible. And why couldn't my body just work so that I could just do my life, right? And so I know that that's kind of one side of the scale. Whereas someone like my beautiful, lovely sister who I adore so much, she's on the other side of the scale where literally she has to be in the middle of a full-blown migraine where she's losing her vision before she even notices that she's got a headache, right? So she's so on the other side of the spectrum of my body just doesn't even talk to me. It has to be a red alert before I even understand that anything's going on. So it doesn't matter what camp you're in here, if you're on either of these extremes or somewhere in the middle, where you feel your body's talking to you all the time and it's trying to mess you up, or your body is completely silent until it's an emergency. This tool that I'm going to give you is going to help you start to understand how your body speaks. It's going to help you start to use your body's wisdom as a navigating tool in your life, and it's going to help you to start to understand the language that your body speaks, so so that you can start to tune in deeper, deeper, and deeper, so that you can one day just be like, I feel like eating spirulina. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So where we start. Forget about trying to listen to your body with your diet. Forget about trying to listen to your body with direction for your life. Forget about trying to listen to your body as in my body is my temple and I now have this amazing relationship with it where it leads me and guides me and I totally trust it. Okay? If you're not in that space where you trust your body right now, that is totally and completely okay. If you're not in that space where you feel like your body is on your side, that's totally and completely okay. Right? This tool that I'm going to give you right here, right now, is going to help you learn to trust your body. It's going to start to heal your relationship with your body so that when your body speaks to you, you can hear it, okay? And the only tool that you need, okay, for starting to learn to listen to your body is, does this idea, does this thought, does this situation, does this person feel good in my body, or does it feel bad in my body? Okay? And I am not a fan of labels, okay? Good and bad, not necessarily my favorite things to use. However, it illustrates the point, so I'm going to use them, okay? So when I say, does this feel bad inside my body? What I mean is, when you think a thought, say you think a thought like, I'm fat, and I'm gross, and I don't like the way that I look. When you think that thought, I'm willing to bet that it creates tension in your body, that it creates a tension in your gut, that it creates a heaviness in your chest, that it maybe makes your head feel foggy, that it makes you feel heavy, that it makes you feel tired, that it makes you feel depressed. All right? I'm willing to bet that if you were to just stop and pay attention when you thought a thought, how it felt inside of your body, you would be able to say, okay, that does not feel good, right? Whereas if you were to stand in front of the mirror and perhaps you were to not stand in front of the mirror, maybe you're to look at a photo of someone that you really love and you imagine spending time with that person and it makes you feel light and it makes you feel loose and it makes your heart feel like it expands a little, it makes your head feel clear, it makes you remember good times, it lightens you up, and you can even just see my body language, how it changed from those two examples. You can see there, okay, so when I think about spending time with someone that I truly love and really respect, that feels good inside my body. That feels like a lightness, okay? So this is all you need to do to start to tune in to your body's messages. Because here's the thing. Most of us are just not aware at all of what our bodies are saying to us because we're not paying attention. Or we are so used to feeling like crap inside of our bodies that we just don't even notice anymore, right? So this is, I would say, the biggest block to people being able to tune into their body's messages, to tune into what their body is saying, and to use it as a guide for your life, is that so many of us are so used to feeling like crap inside of our bodies that we don't even notice that we feel like crap inside of our bodies. We don't even notice that we feel this tension, this strain, this anxiety, this heaviness, or whatever, because we just feel it all the time. All right? So what I want you to do, your little assignment from this video, is if you feel like your body is not speaking to you at all, that's probably just because you are so used to not feeling good inside your body that just feels normal, okay? So there aren't these kind of contrasting things that let you know, yes, this is my body saying yes and this is my body saying no. It's just like your body is saying no all the time and you're just kind of pushing through and barreling ahead and just saying that's normal, you see? So this is kind of how I learned to use my body's wisdom. I was so used to feeling like crap that I just had varying degrees of feeling like shit inside my body, right? Some things didn't feel quite as shitty as other things, but nothing actually felt good. So that's why I felt like my body was completely against me and it had nothing for me except for no. And it was blocking me from doing all the things that I wanted to do, right? So when I started to just step back and say, okay, what if this feeling like crap inside my body is not normal? It's not the way that it's supposed to be. It's not the way that I have to feel. What if there is an option for me to feel good inside my body almost all the time? And this is not about feeling good inside my body because I feel skinny today, or feeling good inside my body because I ate really well yesterday and I exercised 2 days in a row and I feel good inside my body, okay? This is about that feeling of spaciousness and lightness and ease that you can feel inside your body no matter where you are on your journey of health. It doesn't really matter about that, okay? You can feel this lightness and this ease and this grace, and in fact, you should start practicing feeling that feeling more and more and more, because that's going to lead you on your path, okay? So all you have to do to start listening to your body is tune in to the people around you, tune into the situations, tune into things throughout your day, right? So just be doing what you usually do all throughout your day, and then just check in. Does this feel light or does this feel heavy inside my body? Does this feel tight or does this feel loose? Does this feel like freedom or does this feel like contraction and constriction, right? And when you start to just tune into that stuff, you're going to start to notice the contrast. It might be small. It might be like, oh, my heart lifts a little bit when I see that person, but then I looked at the news and it went down again. Or, oh, my head got a little bit clearer when I did my crossword today because I really enjoy doing crosswords, and then I got all constricted again when I looked at my emails. You see what I'm saying? Just start to notice those little contrasts, right? And then as you start to do that, you're going to notice that you start to notice, like I say, the difference between these two things more and more and more in your life. And then, as you start to say, okay, I'm going to pursue more of the things that feel like lightness inside my body. I'm going to start to maybe eliminate some of the things that feel like tension and heaviness inside my body. I'm going to start to say yes to the things that make me feel light. I'm going to start to say no to some of the things that when I think about doing them, they make me feel contracted and constricted. That's going to help you start to understand how your body speaks, okay? And then you might get to a point where you say, yeah, if I were to listen to my body, I'm just going to eat cupcakes all day. And I say, you know what? Give it a chance. Eat cupcakes all day. Just see how that feels, because at first it's going to feel great. It's going to feel like liberation, like I can just eat cupcakes all day. Then you're going to start to notice, okay, the eating cupcakes all the time doesn't actually make me feel light. It doesn't make me feel free. It doesn't make me feel expanded. It's starting to make me feel kind of contracted and heavy and sick, and that's not actually how I want to feel. So maybe my body isn't telling me to eat cupcakes. But you got to let yourself kind of feel that contrast before you're really going to trust that your body is not trying to sabotage you, okay? That your body is actually on your side. And here's the other thing. Your body might send you some messages that you don't want to hear, okay? So this is kind of the big overarching message. It's like when you get into starting to say, okay, I'm going to start to listen to my body, I'm going to start to listen to what it has to say, and I'm going to start to trust it, know that it might give you some messages that you don't want to hear, right? You might find that it's like every single time I go to my job, I feel like crap. And I really don't want to have to quit my job. I really don't want to have to leave my job, but my body is telling me that it's not so great. When that happens, first thing first, just acknowledge that what you're feeling is what you're feeling, okay? You get a message you don't like, my body doesn't like this thing, I don't feel good when I do this isn't so great, just acknowledge it. Second thing, it may be your perception of the thing that is causing the body to react the way that it is and not the thing itself. So sometimes it's not that you need to quit your job. Sometimes it's just that, okay, the way that I'm thinking about my job right now is causing my body to constrict and react. Because here's the thing, whenever you feel like crap inside your body, it's a message that you've either done something or are doing something that is out of alignment with your truth, or it's that you are thinking something and believing something that is out of alignment with your truth. All right, so sometimes it's just your thought, right? And that's why I said at the beginning, when you look in the mirror and you think the thought, I'm fat and ugly and I don't like how I look, that's not going to feel like lightness and airiness and like, oh, that's great, that's an awesome thought, because it's not true. It's not true about you. And what you're making it mean is not true about you. Because here's the thing, you may be overweight, but that thought in and of itself, just by itself, shouldn't be painful, right? Because whatever, you're overweight. It's what you're making it mean that's painful. Right? So you might be thinking, I'm overweight, and really what you're thinking is, this makes me not valuable, this makes me not lovable, this makes me not worthy of love, this makes me a terrible human being who doesn't deserve to be here. And that's what feels terrible. Okay, so when you feel that constriction and that contraction inside your body, you can always ask yourself, okay, am I feeling that because of the thing, or am I feeling that because of what I'm thinking about the thing, right? What am I making this mean? What if I could look in the mirror and say, I love myself no matter what I look like? That thought probably feels better in your body, and then your mind might believe it, and that's okay, right? So here's the thing, it's about training your mind to trust your body. So you just start to go with the, okay, what feels like awesomeness inside my body, what feels like tension, what feels like lightness, what feels like heaviness, what feels like freedom, what feels like contraction. And you start to just notice those things, right? And then you start to apply it to your thoughts, you start to apply it to your actions, you start to apply it to what you're going to do, right? And this is how you learn to listen to your body. So eventually down the line, as you just start to follow those, this feels light, this feels awesome feeling, and as you start to say no to the things that feel heavy and dark and despair, you're going to notice that your desires for things change. You are going to notice that you crave healthy foods, that you crave, doing good things for yourself, that you crave time alone, and that you crave these things because now you're actually listening to what your body really wants rather than what your mind is telling you should or should not do. You see? So then you use that intuition, that body guidance to determine what you're going to do in your mind. Okay? So all you have to do to start listening to your body, you don't have to know if your body's trying to tell you to eat spirulina or if it's trying to tell you to eat cupcakes. Doesn't matter. Okay? Just notice what feels like lightness, what feels like heaviness, what feels like contraction, what feels like looseness, what feels like lifting, what feels like sinking. And just start to notice those things, right? Start to trust that your body knows what it's doing, right? And you just start to follow those little nudges, follow the things that feel light, get rid of the things that don't feel so light, question the thoughts that make you feel heavy, own the thoughts that you know make you feel light even if you don't believe them right now, and that's how you start to listen to your body. And that's how you get to a place where you can say, okay, spirulina feels light, celery feels light, all of this water feels heavy, maybe I don't need to drink so much, Pilates feels light, running feels heavy. You see what I'm saying? This job feels light, this job feels heavy. That's how you start to listen to your body. That's the language that it speaks. Alright? So it's not some magical, mystical, like, oh, I'm listening to my body and blah, blah, blah. It's very tactile. It's very obvious. You just have to start to tune into it. Alright? It's already happening. You just need to tune into it. So that's how you actually listen to your body. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. Video requests, I'd love to hear that. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. That's awesome. I love your support. Because I really want to offer you guys the best thing that I've got, and you being here, your presence on the channel is what inspires me. So just thank you for being here. And last thing, I started a Facebook community called the Freaking Love Yourself Already community, and I really want you to join. If you're here, if you're the type of person that listens to these videos and you feel resonance with this, you are a part of my tribe, and I want to get to know you, and I want to be your friend. So please join my community, and we will connect and support each other and love each other and just be best friends. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you. Mwah. Bye.